Alright, hello everyone. Hello, I'm here. Hang on. Sorry. So, I was letting people know that I woke up this morning. And, yeah, I know, crazy, right? I woke up this morning. Um, but before I go into this story, hello everyone! We're here, we're back with more Outer Worlds. The Spacer's Choice Edition. I know, we have to name the brand, right? That's the rule. Anyway, so we are currently in Byzantium. We got a lot of questing done yesterday. Hang on, I gotta get this off my screen because it's causing like my desktop flash behind the game. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff done yesterday. We finished, I think, all of our companion quests currently, though we're still missing a companion, so there's still quite a bit left in the game. So yeah, we got all the current companion quests that we have done. We have a bunch of side quests on Monarch done, and a few of the Byzantium. Now, we do have a quest here that we're not going to do. And that's probably these two. I have no desire to go find the outfits to do that. So we're gonna do this story here, the story quest, until we find more side quests, and we'll do that. The Spacer's Choice Edition, brought to us by Spacer's Choice. The choice for Spacers, exactly. So this morning, guys, I woke up and I really needed to fart, but Mira was there. So, but I farted anyway, and it was loud, and Mira just like immediately took off, and I was like, "No, Mini Cat, you haven't been laying with me lately. I can't have ruined it like this. Not like this. Not the first choice, but the Spacious choice. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, guys, we're on Byzantium, like the shining jewel of fucking life within the colony.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone.
Yeah, Phineas sent me. Roll your eyes and sigh dramatically.
Oh. You mean I'm supposed to be meeting you?
Why do you sound so surprised?
Nothing, it's just... I thought you'd be taller. Anyway, let's not get hung up on that. The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium.
The Phoenix?
Yeah, that's my codename for... you know, our mutual friend.
What's your code name?
Oh. I'm Golden Eagle.
Okay. Of course you are. Do I have a code name?
Yeah. I named you Cuckoo.
No, I'm Golden Eagle. You can be Cuckoo.
It makes sense if you think about it, because I didn't know who you were, and old Earth cuckoos would routinely trick other birds into feeding them. That doesn't even make... Fine.
Does this mean I'm supposed to have one too? Fine, but make it a really good one.
Let's go with... Rufus Hummingbird.
Forget it. Codenames are for amateurs anyway.
Too late. I've already marked it off. Can't just go reassigning codenames.
Oh, can I be Chicken? Because chickens will adopt any critter's baby and keep him warm.
You sure you don't want to be Raven or Sparrowhawk?
Aw.
Okay. Chicken it is. Anyway, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded.
Hang on, Chocobro. I'll hit you in just a sec. Can you get me into the Minister's Aid?
Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him.
Can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at?
What work specialists, huh? Our mutual friend is really branching out.
Did you get me into the Minister's
Whoa,
Aid?
I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence.
Okay, so what can you tell me?
Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
That's right.
That place is still open? I used to study there during medical school.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking.
Good tip.
Just remember, you didn't hear it from me.
How exactly did you get involved into this anyway?
I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. That kind of variety? I mean, gosh. Seems almost impossible.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators.
When they die off,
Exactly.
something.
I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see.
What?
For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets out of here as soon as possible.
But most people don't. In fact, most people stay exactly where they start. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course.
This seems pretty normal, actually.
Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes, after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
Not messy
I
at all.
bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together.
Might have been the paperwork. Here, you have to append forms to your forms, and law help you if there's a single dash out of place. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
Not really. No. Yes, me this.
Except that's not how they go. At least that's not how they're supposed to go in Byzantium. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing?
The whole system?
After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
Oh, okay. That worked
Good hunting, Golden Eagle.
You remembered that I am Golden Eagle. Anyway, Chocobro, is this Outer Worlds or Outer Wilds? You can never remember. Well, assuming you're not trolling, giving you the benefit of the doubt, Outer Worlds. Where am I going? Ah, here. Teleport here to go up to the House of Inebriation. The fuck aren't you going? You think Carmen is reading too much into this suggestion box? Maybe, but she does have a good point that if you can't fix a fucking suggestion box, what the hell else are you doing? Or what else aren't you fixing?
Remember that stranger
Hey, Mayfield.
Hey, stand back, you. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back at all times.
Are you supposed to drink on the job? Didn't know I was talking to such a big shot.
Yep, you're looking at the minister's newest personal guard. Right here. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all.
Is this Will Arnett? What's so important about regarding Minister Clark?
He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. Yeah. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL issued shotgun. They don't give those out to just anyone.
You say?
That's right. Not just anyone is allowed to have a key to Minister Clark's residence. It's all so very high level.
How about I buy you a drink to celebrate your
That's a
promotion?
great idea. I'll have a Spectrum vodka.
Captain, I can smell him from clear over here. I reckon he's had a fair number already.
Sorry, party.
Sure have, because today's my big day.
He's got powerful good ears, too.
And a powerful thirst. You have a Spectrum vodka for a new pal?
This is Adachi. I knew I recognized his voice. It sounded very much like Will Arnett at the start, but yeah, I can hear the Adachi part as well. Offer him a Spectrum vodka. Here's your promotion.
Here's to me. Hey, you are really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another?
Have another.
It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you've got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a Manosaur. You got a Manosaur energy. Oh, laws. I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you.
For a Spectrum vodka? Let's have
I
another.
really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop.
Nonsense. You've got another in you. Doctor's orders.
Guess I can't argue with that. Ugh. Was that one supposed to taste like Purple Berry Crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I
He
don't
also voices
feel so
Bahamut
good.
and Chocobo GP.
I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
Did he just die? What the fuck? I feel a little bad about that, but at the same time, how did he just fucking lay down? Ah! Okay. What the?
Something's changed with my pistol's trigger pull. You been tinkering again?
Maybe just a little. Is that
Hey,
all right
Miranda.
with you?
It's a lot smoother. Thanks.
Happy to help.
Mini cat? What's got you on meowie? Uh-huh. Sure. Right.
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics.
Oh. But I got a key. Can I just... Okay, I don't have an ID for the board. So... Where do I get the ID for the board? Can I also get that? Oh. Random fix. You also voiced Sourfang. Really? Okay, that's one I didn't realize. That's a... Sourfang the older or Sourfang the younger? Okay, so Sourfang the older. Now,
Hey, Ellie. You ever think about naming it?
Always seemed a bit crude, even for me. Besides, how am I supposed to introduce dates to Bold Betsy with a straight face?
I name all my favorite machines. What's wrong with naming your pistol?
Oh, I thought you meant... Never...
so this is weird. He also plays Sanjar and Monarch? I definitely didn't hear that.
Thought I saw something.
Their mistake.
Well, I guess this is happening.
Someone else will clean this up, right?
I'm gonna go have a look.
Oh, he's fine.
Nothing there. Huh. Guess I'm getting paranoid.
I mean, this many guards makes sense, but at the same time, there's a lot of guards. I'm actually surprised I was able to kill like 2 of them, and then they're like, alright, well, we're not going to aggro any further, so... He's also Kroger, the mustache guy in Borderlands. Hey, Vector! We're talking about this guy we ran into. At first I thought he was Will Arnett, because like, he kind of sounded like Will Arnett, but looking it up, it was... It's actually Adachi from, Like a Dragon.
Don't mess with us.
Why am I in here, by the way? We're supposed to meet up with Minister Clark for some reason,
What was that?
but... Like, I never got an ID card for the board, so... I don't know what...
How did you get in here? What do you think you're doing? Well then, carry on.
What? Hey, bud.
You! You just slaughtered those guards, and for what? To speak with me? What could possibly be so urgent?
Oh, my law. Captain! Captain! That's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow!
So, this is one of the guys who runs the colony, huh? Small room for a big shot.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
Alright, cut the crap. I'm here for dimethyl sulfoxide. What are you talking about? Seems like we got off on the wrong foot.
Have I not made myself clear? Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
Oh. I'm doing. I'm just here to ask. Tell me more again, and I will end you. Calm down. I'm just here to ask you some questions.
Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a dissident? A real live dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in?
I'm here for dimethyl sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
He's got no idea what we're asking about.
Will that be all, then?
I have records proving you're hoarding dimethyl sulfoxide. They're not drugs, they're chemicals. And if you haven't been ordering them, who has? I didn't come all this way to play games, Clark. It's your name on the receipts.
Process of elimination. The only other person with access? Of course, of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way.
Back up and tell me what you're talking about.
Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
You've been all alone in this house? Would you like me to make you tea?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Okay. Then I'll have to deal with him. You expect me to believe this? Why would he go through all this trouble? Sure sounds like I'm going to trust a gibbering lunatic.
How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right.
Okay, let's...
Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due.
We really gonna do this? Getting involved is a messy business, and it rarely pays.
This is about more than bits. This is about the survival of the colony. If you don't help, who will? Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
Weird. Okay, the HHC, you seem a little too excited by all of this.
We're discussing industrial espionage, legal redress, the possible salvation of Halcyon. Is this not exhilarating? Also, this is the longest conversation I've had with someone else in quite some time.
You almost ended that conversation. Anyway, I'm glad I have anyone. If you're the best the colony has to offer, we're screwed. Let's focus. How do I get the HHC headquarters?
Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are.
Okay.
But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
Once we get the Acropolis District, what then? You guys don't scare me. The tunnels seem good. I prefer a quiet approach. Obvious reasons?
They're rather dirty.
Oh.
There are also rumors of sprat infestations, faulty automechanicals, and other unsavory hazards, if that sort of thing
I like how the
bothers you.
dirtiness is what is the issue. Anyway.
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
Okay, what used to be your office?
Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. I shudder to think what Rockwell's done with the place. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. The man has too much money and too little sense.
Okay, how did you manage to hang on to your access card?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
You.
I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here.
Oh.
There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles.
Well, thanks for your help.
Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
Alright, well you're a sack of shit, so you did tell me. What's on the cartridge?
What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon.
I mean, if this is true, then...
Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
You're awful trusting for a guy who's been locked in his own house for years.
The Earth Directorate is our best hope. Even Rockwell's resources are no match. And it is hardly in their interest to let Halcyon crash.
How long will that take?
Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat.
Well, it's something. If it works, it'll.
Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis district.
Trust no one. Okay, so we gotta find an ID card. There might be one here? What's that? Actually, Jeremy, can you check online for me, if you're not busy, for where the ID card for the board is and if it's in the area we're in? Because you don't have to tell me exactly where it is, just if I'm in the right area.
You've seen they're on us.
What was that?
Oh.
Not even a scratch.
I thought they were all dead, my bad.
Where were we? You've seemed thoughtful since Monarch.
I've been wondering if we did the right thing, is all. Bringing those folks back into the board's arms.
It's not easy. I gotta tell you, most of these things aren't.
I just wish there was a way to please everybody. What the board did to those people, leaving them there, it wasn't right. And then us showing up, trying to fix it all for them. What if we made it worse?
These things work themselves out slowly. So look on the bright side. We won't live long enough to find out.
I'm in Minister Clark's house. Because my reputation with the board keeps going down. Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Okay. I have no reason to go over there, so I don't know. Okay. Can I see on the map where that is? Alright, we gotta go find an ID card before we go on, because we're probably gonna need it for a lot more. Vending machine, sick.
What about Virginia?
For my gun? You just come up with that out of the blue?
I might have been thinking about it for a while.
So that's
It's
the
okay if you don't like it.
Acropolis district.
Actually, it's perfect. Virginia it is.
You must be joking. Our fair city is being overrun by a pox of vagrants and undesirables. Idly by.
And what would you have?
Oh, there. That's one right there.
So, you and June Lei holding hands yet?
When we can. We don't get to see each other much, on account of how rare it is we dock at Groundbreaker.
You seem real happy. I'm glad for you.
That's awful sweet, Ellie. Thank you.
Trying to figure out exactly.
That sculpture.
It's an orrery.
What's the store?
Every time.
Is that in the Acropolis district or is it in the district we're in now? Trying to find some place that has the.
It's near this complete breakfast.
Ministry of Accuracy and Morale sounds like I was an executive on
Why, the loafers working in
Olympus River.
It's even worse for us.
Halcyon Parcel Service.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard...
Sonata.
I think we can both agree that Maverick Johnston is the finest director in Halcyon.
Magpixel. Okay, so there was actually no way I could have had it to go into the ministry's office, because I feel less bad about going in and getting killed if, or not getting killed, but murdering the fuck out of those guards. If there was no way I could have done it without sneaking, and there's way too many of them for me to really worry about sneaking. Especially since Ellie and fucking Pavardi just went on a fucking murder spree the moment one of them saw them, so...
I'm on my legally allotted break. Really, I'm supposed to be here.
Okay.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Kidding? What are you doing here?
Nothing. Nothing. Why? Does it look like I'm up to something? Laws, I knew it! You got me. I'm caught, aren't I?
Okay, cool, thank you. Yeah, you're in big trouble. Now why don't you tell me what you did?
I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Some of my sprats went missing, but it's not my fault, okay? Maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow, but they need to stretch their little legs. And so what if I occasionally forgot to latch their cage? Everyone gets a little distracted now and then.
Okay. Calm down, tell me what happened.
They escaped, and before I could coax them back, they'd made their way to the maintenance tunnels. Even if I did dare go down there, they're among all the common sewer sprats and exterminator mechanicals.
I could look for your sprats.
Really? In that case, take this collection crate. 6 of my little ones are down there, but don't worry, you can easily tell them apart from common sewer sprats. They have intelligent eyes, an agreeable yet reserved demeanor, and a fondness for hiding. Also, they're white rather than green.
Alright, that's the key
Please,
to detail
do
there.
take care, and do mind the exterminator mechanicals. If the worst should happen to my little darlings, well, I still want their bodies. For science, of course.
What are the maintenance tunnels? Okay, well that's kind of a stupid question. Why are there exterminator mechanicals in the tunnels? That's a better
To deal
question.
with the sewer sprats, of course. They're quite the nuisance.
I'm wondering why you're so attached to these sprats.
They're for my, research.
Oh, with it already.
Oh, very well. It's true. I do run studies on them in the lab, but I also have a special connection
He's definitely
with them.
fucking them.
See, I'm an enormous fan of all my colonists. The early seasons, before the plotlines got tacky. You must have seen the classic episodes.
Just tell me what this has to do with your sprats.
Well, I name all my sprats after my favorite characters. That way, their stories can live on in rodent form. So you see, it's imperative that I get them all back.
So, your sprats, what are
Not
their
just
names?
names. They all have backstories, too. There's Lord Reginald Kim III, Lady Philippa Farnsworth, Vonda von Vermington, Haroon Greenlee, Iskander Emmanuel Sanchez, and Evelyn Ensley Okoye.
So, their backstories are actually not stories like their history. They're just stories about how he fucked them on their back. Who are Lord Reginald and Lady Philippa?
Ah, she's the chief executive of Farnsworth Incorporated and a fearless captain of industry. He's a mercurial shareholder.
Oh, great.
They're in a rather tumultuous marriage contract.
Welcome back, Vector. I'm glad your internet's looking better.
She's an ambitious shareholder in Farnsworth Incorporated who wants more than stock. Or does she? It's difficult to tell what exactly she's after, but she is trying to seduce both Lord Reginald and Lady Philippa.
This guy is trying to get me to find his sprats, Vector, and we're fairly certain that he's fucking them because he was very,
So is everyone. Haroon is a mysterious young man with
evasive.
amnesia. His backstory's still a work in progress. Iskander is Lady Philippa's trusty assistant. He's trying to seduce Vonda.
And who's Evelyn Kensley Okoye?
She's a member of Farnsworth Incorporated's regulatory board. A wise woman with a sharp tongue and a heart of gold.
Oh my god, I don't need to care about this.
Something else?
You seem surprised I'd help you.
I still am. After all, I'm a person of very little influence and only middling prospects. No one does favors for free.
Well, Bill does.
But I must say, I'm far too distressed to think critically about your suspiciously kind offer.
Alright, whatever. We were headed down there anyway, we may as well do a quest. It is break time before we do, though, so let's head into break, and then we will be right back after I break these down. Apparently, if you go science, like, with a focus on, like, building up science, these science weapons become insanely powerful. So, worth noting. But I'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We got more Outer Worlds for you here in just a moment.